Welcome back, friends. This is Patty Bennett with PattyStamps.com. I'd love to give you some instructions for your printer tray inserts. For those of you who purchased the spring inserts, which would include the dress-up inserts, the spring flowers, and the St. Patrick's Day inserts, you will have received your kit in the mail, and I thought I would do a video tutorial of how you're going to assemble your kits. Now, you already will have your tray from last fall, so your kit includes the professionally printed My Digital Studio artwork that I created with My Digital Studio and had Stampin' Up! Print. And then it will also include your embellishment packet, which I'm going to go over and show you how to use that. Now, I did design these inserts on a 12 by 12 cardstock base, so that's how they came to me. But in order to mail them to you easier, I cut them so that you will find two parts for each of your different inserts. So you'll find two pieces for spring and two pieces for St. Patrick's and two pieces for the dress up. So you'll just have to locate those, and it's pretty easy to tell what goes in what frame. And I want to give you a cutting tip for these. So when you're using your Stampin' Up! Trimmer to trim your pieces, I find it easiest to go around the outside edge first and just trim along the edge of the printed design. You don't want to take off more or less. You just want to go right along the edge of the design. And then you can trim this way in between each of the designs. And then after you've trimmed that direction, you can just flip them, and there should only be one edge left to trim on each piece. Okay? And there will be 7 different pieces for each frame. So make sure that you cut out all 7 for each frame. I've actually just switched here to the St. Patrick's one, but I have cut them out for all the trays. And then what you'll want to do is, before you actually stick it into the tray, you'll want to make sure that you have enough space around all 4 sides, because the best way to change these from season to season is to take your paper piercer or anything else with a nice sharp little skinny point and just put it under there and pull them up like that. So you don't want these to fit super tight. So I can tell here that side to side is okay, but this is a little tall for this one. So then I would just take it back to my trimmer and just trim off a little bit on that end so that it fits with just a little bit of wiggle room. So you can see that there, that it has some wiggle room in there. And then what I've done to insert my artwork into the trays is I used the Stampin' Up! Stampin' Dimensionals, and I put about 3 in this size, and then I put about 5 in this size, maybe 3 over here. You can kind of, put however many you want. But after you put them in your tray and you peel off the paper backing, you want to tap about 5 times or so on each one, and that will take off about half the stickiness, so that you can just place this in there. It's going to hold perfectly fine until you want to switch it out to the next season, and then you'll have that room there to lift up, and they'll come right back out because the back of this surface is kind of slick, even though it is a matte finish, but it has just a little bit of a sheen to it, so it allows those to pop back off. So that's your tip for inserting them and changing them out to the different seasons. And now let me just show you what you'll want to do with your embellishment packet. You'll want to separate it into the 3 different seasonal packages here. So I have the flowers are for the spring, and then these are the embellishments for the St. Patrick's, and then you have the dress-up frame embellishments. And it's pretty easy to tell in your packet what's what. Now for St. Patrick's Day, I actually just purchased some fun things at the party store. So I thought this would be fun, a fun way for you to embellish. And you may actually get a little bit more than what I've shown on my tray here. I have extras, and so you can just decorate with the shamrock and the cute little pot of gold and the rainbow and then the coins, and you can just really put them wherever you'd like, or you can copy mine and you'll have some pictures on my website that you can look at, so that will give you an idea of what I did. You're welcome to copy that or put them wherever you'd like. For the dress-up inserts, you'll notice that much of the artwork is already printed on your pieces, but you do have some cute dresses and dress forms to use. So you will find 2 of the dress forms in your kit, and one goes on this rectangle and one goes on this rectangle. And then you'll find 2 different dresses, and they will vary in pattern because I'm just using all of the cute patterns in the Sycamore Street DSP for these. So you might have slightly different than what I have on mine. You might have a little bit different than this. And to assemble those, you'll need a little bit of snail, and I just put some snail. You can either put it on the dress form or on the dress, doesn't really make a difference. And then you can attach the dress. And to do the belt, I've given you a few different pieces of ribbon. I thought you might like your choice of different ribbons, so whatever you'd like to put on there is fine. And I found that if I put a little bit on the back here, that I can just wrap this around just like a belt and secure it in the back. And then you have a couple of the vanilla ribbon flowers to use. And what I would suggest is that you cut away with some paper snips or your ribbon scissors and cut the netting away and then cut them in half. And then I preferred a glue dot to place them onto the actual dress. And if you would like to color them, I have a couple of tutorials and some hints and tips on my blog. I'll give you a link to that. So different ways you can dye them. You can do it with sponges, markers, you can dye it in a bowl of water with reinkers, lots of different ways you can color them. So you can either leave them as natural vanilla or you can dye them to match your project. And so that would complete your dress-up inserts. For your spring inserts, you have some cute die-cut flowers that you can add, and they have rhinestone centers with the jumbo rhinestones. Very fun with the cute polka dot parade prints. And those are die-cut for you with the floral framelits and the secret garden framelits. And to give those a little bit of dimension, I used a bone folder and I curled them up like this before I put them on. And that just gives it a little bit of dimension. You can also just kind of press it into the palm of your hand to get it to curl up a bit, and that makes it nice and dimensional and different and fun. And then you can layer them like I did and use the rhinestones in the center, or you can just, you know, do whatever you'd like if you have other embellishments or buttons or something that you want, and finish off the center with the jumbo rhinestone. And then I've got other 2 flowers up here in this one. So very easy to complete these inserts. I did use dimensionals under there just to give it a little extra lift, and then you'll be ready to switch out to the summer ones when we do that in a few months. So I hope you've enjoyed your kit and have fun with your seasonal inserts for the spring, and then I look forward to supplying you with the summer ones in a few months.